Switzerland is often described as the definition of natural beauty, but behind the fairy tale is a country that can be intimidating in more ways than one. The prices are difficult to ignore.
Did we just pay francs for a cable car?
The weather can change everything, and reaching some of its most breathtaking places would push us far beyond what we were prepared for.
That's absolutely terrifying.
Yet almost everyone who visits Switzerland leaves saying the same thing. It might be the closest thing to a perfect country. So we set out to explore Switzerland to find out if it can live up to its reputation.
We are here in Switzerland, arguably one of the most beautiful countries on the planet. Already the views are delivering. I mean, look at this place. We're starting in the region of Appenzell, which is in the east of Switzerland, and we're going to be heading west through the country as we end up in Lauterbrunnen, which is known as potentially the most beautiful valley in the world.
But we had a problem. We had arrived in one of Europe's most intense heat waves, with temperatures reaching 36 degrees. Attempting the dangerous hike we'd planned in these conditions was out of the question. So for now, we had one priority: finding somewhere to cool off.
Since today is going to be the hottest day of our trip here in Switzerland, we decided that we're going to start it off with an alpine lake swim.
If we're honest, we thought we were doing a flat hike this morning, but already we've gotten like this. It is stinking hot already, and it's just 8 AM.
I'm kind of blown away by the fact that it's so hot, but there's still snow on those mountains. We have made it. This is Sielpsee Lake. It's supposed to be one of the beautiful lakes here in the Appenzell region, and it's literally perfect.
Look at that. Oh my word, the reflections this morning, because there's like no wind. It genuinely feels like we've arrived in this fairy tale. Like, this place is gorgeous.
After that sweaty hike, the only thing I can think about is going for a swim in this water. And we're not the first ones in today. There is already people swimming about because it is so hot already.
The reflections are actually crazy. It's like a crystal clear mirror of the mountain. It's so cool.
It's so peaceful here. The only thing you can hear is the cows, and they're literally just making their way across this valley.
My question is, how does the farmer know which cows are his? Because they all make the same sound.
I mean, I knew Switzerland was famous for its cows, but boy, there is a lot of cows. It's beautiful.
Pretty slippy, isn't it?
Very slippy.
You go.
Oh my gosh.
The cows are in the water, cooling off. You're up close with a Swiss cow. How does it feel?
A little too close. Although the bell I've just seen on that one, it's actually huge. My word, that's a big cow.
Take a look at this contraption. The cow-proof fence. I guess, is that electric or is it just for cars?
I don't know.
It's to stop the cows getting out.
The next morning we set off with one goal: to attempt Appenzell's infamous ridge hike, but reaching the top would mean following a narrow exposed path that looked far more dangerous than we had expected.
We have just parked up, but I want to show you the parking app. You have to use Easy Park, and it's kind of a cool thing, and then you just put in how long you want to stay. So let's just be generous and say that time. Let's go for that. So 10 francs 64. Pretty expensive, but there you go.
You've just locked my phone in the car.
Oh, sorry. We are about to take the cable car, and we've come to when the cable car opens because this is one of the popular things to do in this region, but it's also probably the best thing to do in this region.
Right now it's a Saturday, so I think all the locals are also here because it is that good of a spot. You know it's good when the locals are here, so.
Good morning. Could we have 2 one-way tickets to the top?
You have a Swiss pass, Swiss travel pass.
No.
No. Did we just pay 48 francs for a cable car for one way?
I think it's a 6-minute journey. Switzerland, you're expensive, but I do love you.
Thank you.
Okay. Oh, it's busy. It's packed. That was one very busy cable car ride, but now we are at the top. We're at 1600 meters and we're about to do a 5-hour trek, apparently around one of the best views in Switzerland.
I'm not 100% sure that we will do the full way because I'm a little bit nervous. It does get steep, as the man said.
Narrow, bit edgy. I think one of the points we are heading to is that hut right up there. I think that's the Schaffler hut.
Yeah, the Schaffler hut, and that is like the first point we need to get to, and even that is looking very far right now.
Wow. So right now we're kind of above the lake, which we were at yesterday.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that's it.
And eventually we'll hopefully get to that lake and we can have a good old cool off because we're going to need it. We just come over this ridge and look at the view.
Look at that.
That's incredible, isn't it?
That's stunning, and like the weather is just perfect right now. How lucky are we to have the sun out?
Amazing. You can't be guaranteed in the mountains, but this is definitely worth it already, and we've only been walking 30 minutes.
There's baby cows. What's her name again? Calves.
I thought you meant in German. I was like, I don't know the German for calf.
Well, neither do I, but I couldn't remember the English either, so.
They're very cute. Pretty cool, these things. Do you want to grab it and show how you do it? Just to stop
I think it's all electric fences to stop the cows, but you can grab this plastic bit and then get through. Just don't touch the metal. I feel like I need to sing The Sound of Music. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Oh.
Please don't stop watching the video because of the sounds Emilia just made. There's that lake. Beautiful. One of the other reasons we chose this hike is because you start off going uphill and then most of it is descending. But it does get very steep and there's some very narrow passageways you have to go down. So that's what Emilia's worried about. First point, first milestone.
That was the worst high five ever.
Yeah. Yes. Oh my word. We have just come round the corner and we have seen what we're about to climb. What the hell?
I don't know if I can do that, and I'm really serious.
Look at that. So I think we're going to somehow go along this mountain and then we'll come down into the valley. Thoughts?
That's absolutely terrifying. It's never a good sign when it says danger.
It did say, if you're doing this, make sure you're not scared of heights. Would you say you're scared of heights?
I'm scared of falling to my death.
I guess that's similar kind of thing. We have just begun the ridge hike, and as you can see, there is drops down already. Are you all right?
But a little bit nervous. But this is the thing, I feel like people might assume that because we do things like this, that I'm not scared. But I'm actually a very scared person. I just tend to do it anyway, even though I'm a bit shaky right now.
Just make sure you hold this wire, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh my word. Look at that. We'll just take it nice and slowly.
I think we've got a staircase coming.
Oh, what? You take your time. Oh, what? Are you all right?
Yeah. It's a big step. Oh.
The path narrowed into a loose, crumbling ledge carved into the side of the mountain, with steep drop-offs just inches from our feet. There was no room to rush, so we could only hope that no one was coming in the opposite direction.
If you can forget this crazy path we're on right now, look at the view.
It's stunning.
It is stunning, isn't it?
Like, look at that. And there's all flowers with butterflies all around us.
Switzerland is like a fairy tale.
Just don't look down.
Yeah, don't do that.
Watch yourself.
I am very proud of Emilia, but she also knows that in a few days' time, we're going to be doing one of the craziest hikes of her life. Like, probably the craziest. It's actually going to be in the next video, so do make sure you hit subscribe right now so you do not miss it, because it's going to be a challenge, not going to lie.
This is just the preparation for that.
Oh, look at you now, conquered the hill.
I have conquered my fears, guys. Woo!
Seeing how beautiful this lesser known part of Switzerland was made us wonder whether the world famous Lauterbrunnen Valley could really live up to its reputation.
Hello, Mr. Cow. These cows have a great view, don't they? Look at that.
I mean, can you imagine a better life as a cow than
Not
being in
really.
Switzerland?
Look at that view you've got.
They're taking it in as well. I love
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
I am absolutely shattered. We have just reached the Mesmer hut and we only have about an hour's, I think, downhill, and that will take us to the lake, so I'm really looking forward to swimming. This is like the only shade we've had for like 3 hours.
And we're just sitting in this bit of shade, eating some bread. Good bread?
It's all right. A couple of people have laughed at us because there's a restaurant right there, but obviously we're not going to eat at the restaurant because we're in Switzerland and it's so expensive, so we've actually just got bread. We're just huddled in the shade. I've just realised that we're walking next to snow.
Should we touch it? It must be melting pretty fast now, but yep, that's cold and that's snow.
I kind of want to stick my face in it, but it's a bit muddy.
I think that's cow poo.
Oh. Thank you. We are literally basically level with the lake now, and I've looked up and that was the hut we were at, and it is so high. My gosh.
Oh, look at that.
The ridge hike had tested our nerves, but what came next would test our wallets, because our next goal was only accessible via a road that charges you just to drive along it, and we had no idea if it would be worth it.
This is the reality of road trips no one shows you. Every morning your bag overflows and you have to somehow fit everything inside it. But that's why we've been using Exeter's travel pack vacuum kit, which we've been using here in Switzerland. We've actually been using Exeter products for over 6 months now, and this new version is part of a collaboration with the Diary of a CEO. And the whole idea is to make those 1% improvements which make traveling easier. The biggest benefit to this limited edition bag is the extra space. It compresses your clothes up to 60%, giving you up to 3 times more room. So suddenly fitting 10 days worth of clothes into carry-on feels a lot more realistic. We pack everything through this full side zip, making it easier than ever to pack your clothes. Then just zip it closed. Then use this tiny USB-C rechargeable pump to compress it all down in seconds. I also really like how they've added this clear material because you can easily see what's inside the bag without opening it up. And once you fill this bag, you can instantly feel the quality of the material. And with the sealed seams, this vacuum bag is not losing any air on your trip. If you are traveling with hand luggage and you want to bring more clothes, right now there is a sale of up to 40% off. But if you use our discount code JOEMI, you'll get an additional 10% off. I'll leave a link in the description, or you can scan this QR code here.
As you guys are probably aware, Switzerland is known for being very expensive, so I thought I'd tell you about our car we've rented. I think this cost us £76 per day, which is quite a lot compared to other countries we've rented in. It honestly might be cheaper to just do it all by public transport, but we just wanted the freedom to explore by ourselves.
And speaking of expensive, we had just paid 8 Swiss francs to access this small, winding country road. Hopefully, whatever was waiting at the end would be worth it.
Welcome to Lauterbrunnen Valley.
Oh my
Look
word!
at that. Isn't that such a beautiful view?
It's stunning. The way the sunlight is hitting it right now is insane. This is proper glacial water because you can see a massive glacier up top.
Do you fancy a swim in that? Not really sure if you ask me.
I think it's a bit too rapidy right now.
It'd be like one of those rapids you go on at the theme park.
It's not quite Centre Park's rapids.
You can kind of feel the air temperature lower as you get closer to the river. Like, I can feel how cold that would be. It'd be like the ones in New Zealand.
It literally reminds me of New Zealand. I was just thinking that.
I'll take my bag off so I don't take everything in.
Okay, just don't go in yourself.
Oh! That's really cold. As cold that it actually hurts your hand to put your hand in the water.
It's pretty much almost ice.
Yeah.
I I think that felt colder than touching the snow yesterday somehow.
Oh, look, I've just been bitten by one of those things. It's draw blood.
That's the flies.
That's again. I tell you what though, that is super itchy.
In the UK we have black flies. They don't bite, but the ones here, they bite.
They're vicious. Swiss flies, eh? Not a fan.
It looks like a fairy tale until you get bitten.
Wow. This valley is just stunning. You have to come here if you come into Switzerland. It's just one of those spots you can't quite believe are actually real and not like AI.
The next morning we woke up early to take an overpriced cable car that promised to take us to one of Switzerland's greatest adventures.
We have just arrived at probably one of the most popular spots, and it is so busy even though the cable car doesn't even open for 5 minutes. There's a reason this spot is probably busy.
Yeah, we ran into a guy yesterday and he was saying that this is one of the best spots he's done in Switzerland and he's been here for like a month. I think it's going to be worth it, but that queue is crazy.
We had paid 90 franc for both of us for this cable car, so obviously our expectations were high.
We have just taken the 10-minute cable car up and we are at Oceansea. This is one of the most popular places to visit, probably in the whole of Switzerland. Not gonna lie though, it is pretty cloudy up ahead.
When we woke up this morning, it was actually like raining quite a lot and the rain has cleared. So hopefully the clouds will too. Oh my word. I think these mountains are even taller than the ones we were in the other day. Like how tall is that, 3,000?
I think the tallest one is 3,600 here. One of those up there.
It's quite the drop.
Yeah. Any moment now we should be able to see the lake down below.
It's just done.
Oh my word, it's so far down.
Whoa.
It's so far.
I feel like the size of those mountains doesn't even make sense in my brain.
You honestly won't understand the size of these mountains unless you actually come here, because they are huge. I'm feeling so blessed with the weather right now because it was literally pouring with rain this morning, but the sun has completely come out now. This place is outrageous. Look at that view. Does it even fit in the camera?
Just about. It's kind of like the camera's not wide enough.
Right now I am literally speechless, but we're heading to Lauterbrunnen, and that is, as we've said, the most beautiful valley in the world. But I don't know how it can get better than this. Like surely it can't be better than this view.
There's a butterfly on my shoe. It's really like settled in there. This is insane.
It is, isn't it?
This hike took us above Oceansea Lake on an 8.5 kilometer loop, and I don't think this camera does it justice because this lake is genuinely so beautiful.
Choco rice wafflen.
Sounds like a good snack to me.
In other words, they are rice crackers with chocolate.
What would you rate the snack spot? I think it's got to be a 10 out of 10. What beats that?
Couldn't be better, really.
Nah, look at that.
No!
He was keen to be eaten. Give me one of those.
My choco rice waffle. Okay.
8.5 out of 10.
I think they could have used better Swiss chocolate though.
A Lindor Swiss chocolate would have made it.
Bit sketchy this bit, isn't it?
The hike was a little sketchy in moments, but we had plenty of motivation to reach the bottom, as waiting for us at the end was a fun, slightly unique Swiss surprise.
More Swiss cows?
Hey cow! I'm still a bit nervous of cows.
I think Swiss cows are pretty friendly.
Yeah.
Just munching on the grass. I swear that's the only thing cows do, is just eat. Like, what else do they do?
Apparently cows actually have best friends and they like stick with their best friend and like they just spend all day together. I think that's so cute. That's like us if we were cows.
Yeah, you're my cow.
That doesn't sound as romantic as I thought.
We have made our way down all the way to the lake now. And there are some people in it. I bet it's freezing.
I wasn't sure the views from down here would compare to what we've just seen. but this lake is just stunning. It just keeps on giving.
That rock, the other side of the lake, is just huge.
It reminds me of like Jurassic Park. I could feel like I could see dinosaurs in this lake.
I'm going to be brave and go in the water, but I think it's going to be a little bit colder than the last one.
Yeah, I think so.
Let's give it a go.
There's not a huge lunch selection up here, but we did get this lunch and it cost us £32. We've got bratwurst and fries.
I'm not sure if it's a Swiss thing, but it's definitely at least a German thing, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe regional.
Yeah, probably quite regional with Austria as well. Looks good though. I'm hungry after that hike. We have nearly made our way all the way back to the cable car. But at the cable car, there's actually a toboggan. And I did one as a kid and I really want to do one again. There Emilia goes. She's going up.
Whilst my ride on the toboggan was fast, exhilarating and definitely worth the £7, Joel's experience was slightly less thrilling.
Here we go on the toboggan run. I'm so excited for this. I haven't done this since I was like 10 years old.
Unfortunately, he ended up stuck behind a very nervous lady who was moving slower than walking pace. He was devastated. I, on the other hand, found the whole thing hilarious.
So we've just driven about half an hour away and we're now heading down a valley that is going to take us to Lauterbrunnen, and that is where we're staying tonight. And I actually can't believe we're finally going because this place has been so built up.
I'm a little bit worried it's not going to live up to your expectation. I went before about 10 years ago and I just remember it being this beautiful place, but we'll see after all the other places we've been to if it's actually worth visiting.
It's both raining and sunny, so maybe we'll get a rainbow.
Oh, rainbow in Lauterbrunnen. That's like the dream. That's like fairy tale paradise. So we have just arrived in Lauterbrunnen and it's raining.
So far it's it's a little bit wet.
Whoa, look at that waterfall.
The town looks pretty, but I think all Swiss towns look gorgeous, so that's a tough comparison. But the fact that there's a waterfall just falling onto it is pretty cool.
Yeah. Though I do feel like I might hit a tourist if I'm not careful.
Don't hit any tourists, please.
There is a lot of tourists here.
But as we arrived in this magical valley, the rain only grew heavier. And since our entire journey had led up to this moment, we decided to save exploring until the following morning.
We have just checked into our room. Honestly, it's such a nice place. From the outside, it looks really old, but they've done it up really new.
And considering the area we're in Switzerland, this is actually a fairly decent price.
I tell you what though, this view is pretty good, isn't it?
It's insane.
Ooh, that sounds loud thunder, doesn't it?
It does. I kind of want to see like lightning strike one of the mountains or something. That would be kind of cool. This weather's not quite ideal for exploring, but I kind of enjoy the moody, cozy vibe of it. I don't know how we've already made a mess. We've only been here like 10 minutes, but this is Alpenhof. That's the name of the hotel. I think it might actually be a chain, but it's all newly done. So even though the old is like this beautiful Swiss building, it's like all wooden, this bedding. Looks really good. I don't want to get that dirty because I've been sitting on the mountainside and my butt is muddy.
Look how modern this bathroom is though.
Look at that shower.
What up? So nice. And like even little things like USB-C charger just shows you that it's quite a modern place. But if you smell it, it smells like we're in a sauna.
Yeah, it's just that wooden smell.
It's quite nice though, I quite like that. For this room we paid £165 a night, which for Switzerland and in this beautiful valley, I don't think it's too bad.
It's still a lot of money and it's more than we'd spend elsewhere, but for Switzerland, it's okay. Yeah. But we also do have a kitchen downstairs, which is like a communal kitchen.
Which means we can still cook our own food, which saves a lot of money here in Switzerland.
Unfortunately, the next morning, the rain was still coming down, and with it being our last day, we had no choice but to explore anyway.
It is raining so much right now. We have woken up to so much rain here in the Lauterbrunnen Valley, and look at the water! No this way. Is insane! I've never seen anything like it!
That is terrifying!
Whoa! No way! Look at the waterfalls!
Look!
Look at this! I don't even think there was a waterfall there yesterday. Look at it! Imagine getting caught in that.
No thank you. I don't really want to think about that.
A lot of the times you don't want it to be raining when you're in these beautiful locations, but I think this actually trumps the sun right now.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, this is insane.
I think it's just like you see the sheer power of nature, and that's just like incredible.
There is so much rain this morning. We're now just driving into the Lauterbrunnen village because we're about 8 minutes away. Hopefully some of the other waterfalls will be pumping. Kind of interested to see what it's like in the rain.
It's kind of funny that we're going to see the supposed most beautiful village in the world in the rain.
Yeah, but it's got its own beauty to it. Like, as you said, that power of nature is just like overwhelming in this kind of scenario.
Sometimes rain can feel a bit magical, and this place is supposed to be magical on its own, so.
The funny thing is, we read online that this car park can fill up at like 7:30 or 8. It's currently 7:30, and the car park is empty because of all the rain we've had this morning. Maybe we're going to get a little Lauterbrunnen to ourselves for a bit. Let's see how close we can get to the waterfall. You right?
Maybe it's not so perfect, look. I wouldn't expect pickpockets here for some reason.
Maybe they come to the touristy areas.
Oh, maybe.
It is so steep getting up here, but we've already got some views of the town. And the rain has stopped.
For some reason we're in a tunnel. I thought we were going to the waterfall, but now I'm concerned that we're going inside the waterfall.
Maybe behind it, yeah.
Yep, I think we're going behind the waterfall.
Oh, blimey, it could be really wet this morning.
Oh no.
It feels like it's raining again, doesn't it?
It's just a waterfall. Wow,
How cool is that?
that's sick.
I have to say, all the Swiss towns we've kind of driven through, and including this one in Lauterbrunnen, the architecture's just so cool and unique. It's like this old chalet, like ski chalet kind of vibe.
And I really admire how like they don't allow any modern hotels to kind of just be built or any tower blocks. It's like all traditional Swiss, and it looks beautiful.
Yeah, you still get like so much green space through this beautiful valley, whereas in other places you feel like they build up loads of buildings and more hotels, but they've kept it so authentic and beautiful.
I'm trying to find the iconic viewpoint that they have here in Lauterbrunnen. It's actually not on Google Maps, but I found this girl on TikTok and she gave me instructions, so that's where I'm trying to get us to.
We found it.
Look at the church. It's so pretty. All the Swiss churches have like really steep steeples. Steep steeples?
That's a good little word game you can play.
Yeah.
Steep steeple. The waterfall looks so cool with in the background of this beautiful town.
Switzerland has completely blown us away and has to be one of the most beautiful mountain regions in the world. And despite its high price tag, it genuinely feels like a real-life fairy tale. From endless green countryside to the snow-covered peaks towering above it. And whilst nowhere is perfect, we think that it comes pretty close.